I figured, why not for today's video, we talk about a show that a lot of people seem to really enjoy and care about. The show I'm referring to is Total Drama Rama. I'm just kidding, but for real though, the first season of Total Drama, which many fans safe to say would be their most favorite out of the 7 seasons. With so many memorable and iconic characters found in the first season, it would be hard to imagine them as being completely different from the characters we've grown and known to love them for today. That's exactly the case. I'm here and wanted to talk to you guys about it. Back in the year 2003, before the show Total Drama Island was created, the creators were still trying to narrow down and see what characters would be involved for the first season and create the most solid lineup for the competitors. Who a lot might know, the original Total Drama was going to be called Camp TV. Now, some of the things they had lined up for the show would have blown your mind, and some things would have looked so bizarre, and a lot of characters would have been scrapped, and some new innovations would be added into for the series.
Wow.
For starters, there was going to be 10 competitors for the series of Total Drama Island, which was changed to 22 before the 2007 premiere in Canada and 2008 for the US. Like for instance, Lindsay the blonde, who was written to be a little more dense and slower than usual in the show, well, her character was originally going to be the Heather of the series, and she was going to be set out to be the main antagonist, and she was going to be very rude, mean, and bossy, but all of those traits ended up being separated so they could be used to make up the 2 characters of Heather and Courtney, respectively. So just try to imagine it, Lindsay as the main villain for season 1, scheming and causing all that chaos and using everyone for her own personal gains and just being a straight up biatch. Yeah, kind of trippy. And speaking of the character Heather, the original Heather looked a lot like this. I know, she does seem familiar. Many might know this as Gwen's natural design, but with more of a colored style to it. Damn, those are some bright ass jeans. And oh yeah, red hair instead of her trademark colors of green and black. But the creators decided that they still needed a goth for the show, so they ended up working out the kinks and using this design of Heather to be turned into the design of Gwen, and that's how Gwen for Total Drama Island was created. So for all those Super Gwen fans out there, it ended up working out really good.
I'm not you. Ever. Okay.
Trent, who didn't go through many changes, he pretty much had the same outfit, but his original shirt said Smiths on it, and that would be changed to a handprint symbol. Plus, he made a lot more funny meme faces in the pilot, which was also cool, which, yeah, I'm gonna miss that. Tyler's first design looked a lot like this, so I'm really glad they changed this man's design so his face was less jacked up. Chris McClain was still going to be his over-the-top self, making trouble and being all smug, but they had a good idea on how they wanted to host and look to act, and they pretty much kept his demeanor the same, and his character didn't really branch off too much from the pilot. But one of the characters from the Total Drama Island pilot who did experience a huge redesign was Duncan, who was originally going to look like this.
What?
That would have been completely different than the Duncan we all know of him today. This dude just, nah, we sticking with the Duncan we know. And this one ended up being turned into one of the interns for the season 1 show. So yeah, that happened. Now Eva was going to be a lot more revealing with her outfit, but they decided to try to make her look more rough and tough, and they ended up making her more thick. And this was the Eva we got for Total Drama Island. You pick and choose. I guess they did what they had to do.
Okay, yes, Eva was a psycho, but at least she was an athletic psycho.
Now DJ was originally going to be designed to look like this, and that would be the scrap to be used for B's design in season 4 for Revenge of the Island. So, you know, I kind of like the new DJ design over him. And B was a character that was not very impactful, but he had a pretty big fan base following, kinda. So, maybe.
Sorry, dude, but you gotta go down.
Owen was still gonna be this big ass dude, but he was gonna have longer hair, and his shirt was gonna say Keg Me, but it was changed to a maple leaf that was more fitting for the big guy, cause you know Canada and maple leaves, it just kinda go together. Speaking of big, Sadie, who ended up being a part of the duo Katie and Sadie, who was originally gonna be pretty fit, but with the reshift of her design that would go on, she would be revamped to look like the Sadie that we know of today, and the Sadie rough sketches would be revamped and retorqued in order to focus on designing for Courtney's character.
How could you? I thought we were friend-ish. I hate you! I hate you!
Now, one of Courtney's best friends, Bridget, went from wearing these really short booty shorts to having more of a casual look. Oh, and someone gave her a brush as well, so her hair didn't look like complete trash. Lashana went from this to this and then changed to finally this, but her original design would be used again for her cousin Leshaniqua, who would cameo in Total Drama Action Episode 8 to accompany Lashana on her win to the spa trip. So that's about it for the original cast of characters. So how about some extra info on the campers from Season 3?
Yes!
These are some of the changes that derive from the Total Drama Reloaded layout that didn't end up being used for the final designs. Now, for instance, everyone's most hated or adored camper, depending on who you are, well, the Zoe we all know, who was originally supposed to look a lot more like this awkward, adoring character who was wearing her red top with her flower in her hair and all like, oh gosh, gee, I just can't wait to make friends and hey, have a good time. Well, she was originally going to have long brown hair with these thick looking glasses, wearing some hooker style clothes, including these waist level black button up shorts, and she was going to be a lot more mischievous, starting rumors about other campers, aka a nerdy backstabbing hoe. So we're all pretty fortunate that travesty was avoided. Her character got scrapped and would later be changed into Scarlet for the later season in Total Drama. Now, the character of Dakota, who was originally going to have this look, which is what most people are used to seeing in Zoe's final design, and I'm glad that they really did change this because the design does fit Zoe more. But Zoe's clothes on Dakota's design still works pretty nice. It's just really hard to separate the two designs because you've grown so used to them having those designs. And Mike was going to look like freaking Shaggy Rogers with a 10-10 facial expression, so that would have been interesting. According to Tom Clothman, Zoe's name was given to Molly, making this the only concept design scrapped from the final version. In her original design, she had dark brown hair and reached just past her shoulders and had a bright red bow in it, a trait that was recycled into Stacy's current design. And she also wore a pair of indie glasses and had a mole in her left cheek, as well as a tongue piercing. And her shirt was a short red blouse with large floral rims on the sleeves and a collar, a trait recycled and given to Anna Marie. She wore black shorts with a button on them and wore a pair of black high-heeled sandals. For reasons unknown, her character was scrapped and her spot was taken by Dawn upon the final release.
Happens all the time. No probs.
Also, the only contestants not to be seen in any Total Drama Reloaded character lineups were Dawn and Bee, as they did not exist at the time. While some contestants' designs remained relatively the same, some of them were scrapped and given new designs as well as new names. Chris and Chef Hatchet were also both confirmed to be in the Total Drama Reloaded series, and they were also kept as well. So this is what Dawn and Scott were set to look like in the Total Drama Reloaded series, but it was scrapped in favor of these designs instead. Scott was looking like a pretty mean foe right here with his full beard and dog tag around his neck, just looking like a straight up man killer.
Wow, that's just...
But Scott's design was scrapped and given to Brick and vice versa in favor of them being a much better fit. Pretty much you just swap it around. And as far as Dawn's old design, I just think we are all pretty blessed that the creators went back to the drawing board and worked a tad more on the design that could display more of Dawn's great and unique character traits. Could you imagine the character of Dawn with this character design? It just wouldn't work out well, so I'm really glad we got this version of Dawn instead. We didn't need this watered down gothic version of Sky. As I stated before, the last two characters to be added to the Revenge of the Island season were Bee and Dawn, so it ended up working out pretty well.
Which means I make the rules.
Also, Cameron originally was going to be this white dude, but he was changed to black before the third season aired. So yeah, people, that's just some things from Total Drama that was revamped and retooled to be made into the characters that you know of them as today. Just a lot of interesting changes and hidden info that I really didn't expect to find before doing this video. Let me know, what you guys think of this video? Did you enjoy it? Would you like maybe some more Total Drama vids in the future? Hey, just let me know. And hey, just please try to like and share and subscribe. And like always, stay awesome and take care. Corey out. Peace.